Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am really excited to be sharing Chantecaille's Earth Day sale with you. So every year Chantecaille does an Earth Day sale or they do some sort of promo. And this year they are doing a philanthropy sale. So they're offering 25% off on all their philanthropy products. So if you are unaware, Chantecaille has a range of philanthropy products in their range. And a lot of the times during sales, the philanthropy products are excluded just because a portion of that goes towards helping out some sort of conservation or helping out something. They give back from these collections. So a lot of the time they are excluded from sales because of this. But for Earth Day, they are including their philanthropy products during this sale. So it is 25% off all their philanthropy products, which is really exciting if you have been wanting to get your hands on some of these products, because a lot of these items from this product line, they are very, very pricey. So I'm just going to run down on my favorite products. And this sale, it starts April 18th and it runs till April 22nd. The code is EARTH25 for 25% off. And let's just get into my favorite products from the philanthropy line. So one of my absolute favorites and something I would really, really recommend you're trying out, especially for the upcoming spring and summer months when it is going to be getting warmer. This is the Chantecaille Future Skin Cushion Foundation. So this is a skincare based foundation. It is a skincare makeup hybrid product. I wear the shade Nude. I honestly could probably wear the shade Vanilla too. I am kind of in between shades, but this is supposed to adapt to your skin tone. I don't really know how well that works because I feel like they just need to release more shades if I am being honest, but this is a very, very beautiful foundation. I like to call this like a Goldilocks foundation because it is perfect in between. It is not too glowy, but it's also not too matte. It's that perfect in between where it literally just looks like your skin. This is the best your skin but better type of foundation because it doesn't leave, again, too glowy of a finish, but it doesn't leave too matte of a finish. It truly looks like your skin but better. That is the type of finish it gives. It just gives a beautiful skin finish. It also has this really beautiful pore blurring, skin perfecting property to it. So I really, really like that aspect of this foundation as well. If you are someone that likes that filtered effect that I like to talk about a lot of the time, this is the perfect foundation. I'm wearing this today and I really like it because it starts out as a more medium coverage. So you get good coverage with this sort of product, which again is a little bit more rare for Chantecaille because they are more skincare makeup hybrid based. And a lot of their times, their complexion products are very sheer or very natural looking. But this is going to get you the most coverage out of all the complexion products in Chantecaille's range. And it's just so beautiful. It is so skin perfecting. It is so pore blurring. It is very long wearing. And it's probably their longest wearing foundation in their line, I would say. I just think it's going to be perfect for the spring and summer months. A lot of the time you hear me talk about if I'm going to recommend one foundation to you, it is going to be something that's very multi-purpose. And this is going to be a multi-purpose product because it starts off with that medium buildable to fuller coverage where you can really sheer it out on the skin. If you want that more kind of skin tint finish, you can mix it in with a moisturizer. Or again, you can just go in with a pea-sized amount and really thin it out on your skin, especially if you apply some skincare beforehand. And I like that you can build it up as well. If you're looking for something that's more glam, you can build it up on the skin. So it just comes in this little cushion like this. And I guess that's the one downfall of it, is that the cushion isn't the most friendly. It's just not as easy to apply because you're obviously applying product from the cushion versus you pumping it onto your skin. But I truly adore this foundation and I think it is absolutely beautiful for its finish, its longevity, how it looks on the skin. I like that I can use it all year round and I've just been reaching for this foundation a lot lately. So I definitely recommend picking that up during the sale. I also really recommend this new Nymph eye trio. So this is from I think it was their spring collection. And it is this gorgeous trio of eyeshadows. So this is, like I said, the Nymph eye trio. They do have another shade, but this is the shade that I prefer because we have this beautiful neutral bronze shade. We have this gorgeous champagne gold shade, and then this really nice purple shade. I did a look in my last video with this palette, and I just think this palette is so perfect. This has a little bit of a pop of color for spring, and then it has this gorgeous, so these eyeshadows are baked gelées, so they just feel very velvety and smooth. These shades give great pigmentation, but they're very layerable, so you can really sheer them out or you can build them up build them up. And then we have this shade, which definitely has the most intermittent shimmer out of all the shades in this palette. There is a little bit of a shimmer that is throughout this shade, but it's really beautiful. It's very reminiscent to the Luminescent eye shades from Chantecaille, where it's not like a very chunky metallic glitter or anything. It just has more intermittent shimmers than like a typical satin eyeshadow. But these are truly gorgeous on the complexion. Whenever I wear them on the eyes, they just have this quality where they melt right into the eyes and they become one. They're gorgeous. My mom also picked up this palette. I think she picked up both palettes actually, and she really loves this. And she just thought she'd get a lot of use out of this, so she decided to pick up this palette. And I just can't recommend it enough. And I know you guys like to hear my mom's recommendations. I also wanted to include and talk about the Cheetah eye trio from Chantecaille. So that is going to be part of the philanthropy collection, and I would really suggest picking that up. And I do just want to mention it because my mom actually did buy that palette, so I have seen it in person, and it is gorgeous. And I think I actually might pick it up during the sale because my mom cannot stop raving about it. She just goes on and on about how she loves the Cheetah eye trio so very much. And she just loves that she can take it traveling. She loves that it only comes with 3 shades, so it's really easy to use. It's very user-friendly, and she just loves the look she can get out of it. She likes it. It's a more neutral palette, so it's not too cool toned, it's not too warm toned, it's that beautiful neutral tone, and she just likes that she can get versatile looks out of it. So that's something that I'm going to just throw out as a recommendation, and thanks to my mom for recommending it to me. So I feel like I'm going to have to pick it up during this sale because I might as well. And while we're on the topic of eyeshadows, I had to mention the Chantecaille Luminescent eye shades. I do have to say I'm very sad because they took Lion off the website, so I'm not sure if they're just discontinuing it or if maybe it's just currently unavailable, but I hope they bring it back because that is, I've literally gone through an entire Lion eyeshadow, and I do have a backup. That's how much I love it. But I'm going to mention my other favorite shades because this is a gorgeous formula. Again, this is a baked eyeshadow, so you can use these wet and dry. If you use them wet, you're going to get more opacity out of it. It's actually going to look smoother on the eye. It's going to take away some of that intermittent shimmer. It's just going to look really smooth, but it is going to look more intense. It does give more color payoff. And then when you use them dry, again, you can get a beautiful color payoff, and it has this technology because it's baked that it just melts right in. And it's just such a beautiful, sophisticated shimmer. If you are someone that is glitter adverse, like me, I just don't like glitter. I find it's too harsh. You are going to really like these because this is definitely a step down from a glitter. It's not quite as chunky as a glitter, but it just looks so beautiful and sophisticated. And these have so much reflection that, again, is just sophisticated in its finish, where it adds so much dimension without you having to go in with like 4 different eyeshadows to create an eye look. You can just really use these as one and dones. So these are my favorite shades. So we have Cheetah, which is this gorgeous champagne. And then in the middle, we have Elephant, which is this beautiful taupe shade. And then at the end, we have the shade Mustang, which was previously called Roan. It was, oh, I can't remember what collection that was part of, but they renamed it to Mustang and made it part of their permanent line. But if you're aware of the shade Roan, or if you have the shade Roan, it's this gorgeous, it's like a very neutral, warm tone brown. I just feel like all these are gorgeous neutral tones. And I think that Mustang is actually the most subdued. It doesn't have those intermittent shimmer flecks. It's more of a consistent shimmer. So if you are someone that's just completely shimmer adverse, I'd really recommend the shade Mustang. It's really, really beautiful. And I just love the dimension that these give to the eyes. They just make you look so beautiful. And again, they're a very sophisticated shimmer. They're not a tacky glitter. They're not some of those glitters where they're gonna fall out all over your eyes. They're not gonna look too textured on the lids. They really reflect the light in a gorgeous way, and I promise you will not be disappointed with them. And again, even though these have more shimmer, these are also products that my mom has bought as well. She does have the shade Cheetah, and I believe she also has Lion as well. And I think she might have bought Mustang at the last sale. I could be wrong though, but I believe those are the shades that she has. And again, she really likes them for special occasions just to jazz up a makeup look. They're just really, really beautiful products. I feel like these are such an underrated product from Chantecaille, and these are their cheek shades. I have 2 shades. So I have the shade Turtle Grace, which is just this gorgeous, it's a really nice neutral sort of like apricot shade, I want to say. It's just a really perfect color because it's like that perfect pink, peach / beige color that just goes with any look. It's very neutral in tone. And then I also love the shade. I have a few others, like I have Emotion B, but this is the shade Butterfly Bliss. And it's this really nice pale pink, which you would think would not really show up on me, but I don't know. I really like it as like a blurring blush. It really does blur and perfect the skin. So I like to use it over top of these blushes because it somehow just really perfects the cheeks. Just adds a bit more dimension. So I really like layering those colors. But again, I feel like this is an underrated formula from Chantecaille because these are incredibly, incredibly finely milled. They feel like a fabric when you touch them. They just feel so silky smooth. They are easy to apply. They are buildable on the skin. They blend out like a dream. Like I said, it has this like blurring effect to these powder blushes. And this is just a typical powder blush formula. I hate to say a typical powder blush formula because I do feel like because it is so finely milled and buttery and smooth, it is an elevated powder blush formula, but it's not one of those big gelée blushes which, you know, require a denser brush to pick up. You can just go in with your normal brush and apply these to the skin. They're really, really gorgeous. Okay, I wanted to do a little swatch comparison because I did feel like the Chantecaille Grace shade was very similar to the YSL Rose Haze. So that's the YSL Rose Haze, and then that's the Chantecaille Grace / Turtle shade. And I would just say that the Chantecaille one is a little bit more subdued. The YSL one definitely has more saturation. It's definitely a more vivid color. And then the Chantecaille one, it leans slightly just more beige in tone and a little bit lighter than the YSL one, but they are very similar. So if you missed out on the Rose Haze, I do feel like their formulas are very, very similar. They both feel very, very silky smooth. I have heard people, like, I don't find this personally, but I have heard some people say that this is patchy. I completely disagree. I don't think it's patchy on the skin, and I don't even powder my skin. But if you want to really make sure that it's not going to be patchy, I've never heard of anyone complain about these Chantecaille blushes being patchy. They just go on. They blend like a dream. They're silky smooth. They just are really beautiful products. And again, I feel like they're underrated. They definitely are small in their packaging. Like if you look at the comparison of the size of these, they definitely look very small in comparison. So the YSL, you get 6 grams, and the Chantecaille, you get 2.5 grams. So they are smaller, definitely, but I never go through a full thing of blush anyways, and they're just such a beautiful formula that I don't mind. And then the last products I have to mention are some lip products from Chantecaille, and I don't even know what I do with products sometimes. Okay, I found it. But these are the Chantecaille Lip Veils, and I have the shade Honeypot and Tamboti. I do have a few other shades, but these are just my favorite shades. So Honeypot is the most gorgeous pinky nude. It's definitely like a neutral pinky nude that runs a little bit deeper. It's like Your Lips But Better. It is what I am wearing on my lips today. And then we have the shade Tamboti, which is going to be more of a nude shade. So it's going to lean a little bit more brown than Honeypot is. But they're both really gorgeous. If you are wondering the difference between the lip veils and the lip cheeks, the lip veils feel more like a lipstick. They definitely have more pigmentation than the lip cheeks do. The lip cheeks feel like a mask, and this definitely has that moisturizing quality to it. Like after you've applied this to your lips feel better for having it on, but this definitely gives you more pigmentation, similar to a satin lipstick versus the lip cheeks, which are more of like a lip gloss lipstick hybrid, I would say. This still has a little bit of a glossy finish because it does have that really nourishing lip ingredients to it, but it's just going to give you a little bit more pigmentation. I do like that because I don't feel like I need to go in with a lip liner or anything. And they're just really beautiful colors, really beautiful formula. They just glide right on, and they're very comfortable to wear. You're not going to have any irritation from these. And then I also wanted to mention the Lip Sheers, which are limited edition products, but they were released again for the spring collection. And I wanted to mention, again, my mom actually picked up 2 of these from the collection, and she really loves, I believe it was the shade Gossamer, which is a pale rose, and she is just loving it so much. So again, I think I want to pick up that shade. I do have one of them that Chantecaille did send to me, but I actually gave it to my mom to test out as well because she just wanted to see the color options. So I don't currently have it with me to swatch or anything. But I really, really like that formula as well. It is most similar, I would say, to the Lip Chic formula, where it's more of that gloss lipstick hybrid. It's going to give you a very sheer amount of pigmentation, so it's not going to add a lot of opacity to the lips. It's just going to give you a really sheer amount of color, but it's so comfortable on the lips, and your lips will just feel better for having it on. It's like you've applied a lip mask, and it just feels ultra comfortable. But those are definitely my favorite philanthropy products from Chantecaille. So if you don't want to miss out on a chance to get 25% off, again, the sale starts April 18th and goes till April 22nd. The code is EARTH25. Again, I will leave the details all below and I will leave something up on the screen. But I would love to hear from you. Let me know if you're going to be shopping this sale, or let me know your favorite philanthropy products. Do you love any of these as much as I do? I always love hearing from you, so don't forget to leave a comment down below so we can keep the conversation going. I would love if you could subscribe to my channel. A lot of you watch my channel but don't subscribe, so I'd really appreciate it if you did. It means so much to me. Like this video if you like it, and I will see you in my next video.